Riverside Aboriginal Arts Festival. Started last year with me and Bonnie Johnson. We were running a jigging club out of the school for about 3 years. We're in our 5th year this year. And we wanted to create a venue for our children to perform. And our children are from the Midtown area, and in our neighborhood is the E.A. Rawlinson, a beautiful state-of-the-art facility. And so we were trying to figure out ways that we could get our children onto that stage, and kind of located the Sask Arts Board, who provides funding to schools and community groups. We think that it's important for children to have access to professional artists. So that's kind of the foundation of the festival itself.
2 years ago, we decided that we would apply for some grant money, Troy Pronto and I. So we together applied for grant money. We got after-school grant money. We put on a show at the E.A. Rawlinson Center. We watched the kids, and we knew that we wanted them exposed to the arts. We wanted our children at Riverside School to experience what that was like to be performers and to work with professional artists.
We are so proud of the Riverside Jigging Club. They started practicing in October and worked hard all year. Our junior dancers are grade 1 to grade 3 students. They are performing a dance called the duck dance. Watch as the little ducks fly under the bridge.
Riverside's a school that's 90% Aboriginal. And as Aboriginal people, we're storytellers, we're musical, we're dancers, and the Arts Festival is just taking it that step further. It's connecting those kids to the culture, connecting them to their background, to that music, to that dance, that storytelling. That's what this festival is about.
So I first got involved helping Bonnie and Troy with jigging my first year teaching at Riverside. And I'm Métis as well, so I thought it would be cool for me to learn some of the steps and things too. So the little grade 1 to grade 3s are just so sweet. It's their first time learning how to jig, and the jig step is really hard for them, so when they get it, they're all very, very excited. I'll see the kids in the hallway too when I'm at school, and they, oh, watch my jig step, I can do it now, and it's cute. They also practice the rabbit dance. I think lots of people would know the rabbit dance because it has the Métis symbol of the figure 8 in it.
There's a story that goes with the rabbit dance, and they get to pretend that there are a row of trees and a fence, and a little dog and a rabbit are having a little chase, and they're making the Métis sign of infinity.
Twyla is an amazing person who, really goes above and beyond. We couldn't ask for a better cohort to be a part of this festival.
Last year we did O Canada and Cree, and the kids really, really loved singing in Cree. So this year I wanted to do more. So we got 2 other songs that have Cree, English and Cree in them. So, and then we're singing also one about Gabriel Dumont, because I wanted to have a Métis theme also. Music is important for the development of the child. It gives them some literacy skills. It helps them with memorization because they memorize a lot of songs. Helps with their math because they have to count and find patterns in music. Fine motor skills because we're clapping, stomping, and playing instruments properly. There's so many benefits. I mean, I could go on and on and on.
We are all one people. We all come from one creation.
Then we have another one called We Are All One People, which was written by Joseph Natahau. And when I bought the CD, he collaborated with Richard Dubé in Saskatoon, who I've worked with before. And so the CD has how to speak the Cree. It has all these PDFs for all the different music, and it has accompaniment on it. So it was just perfect, so you could really listen to it and figure out how to sing it.
We
evening. They put a step back here for me because I'm so short. Okay, so thank you. My name is Roxanne Dick. I'm really honored to have been working with the grade 6s and 7s on a drama project for this show. And what you're going to see is what we're calling the I Am Collective, hence the shirts. It's all about identity and finding out who you are and navigating those waters of expressing oneself.
Roxanne Dick is a theatre specialist. I've walked with Roxanne through the hallways, and kids are, hey, Roxanne, how's it going? They've really opened up. They've really bonded with her, and I can tell that it's a special, lasting bond, and that's something that you can't replicate.
With these students, I knew that probably their background in drama was very much at a beginner level. So we came in and just got comfortable with each other. I used a lot of improvisation exercises to get them up on their feet, talking, being goofy, trying stuff out, and getting used to performing in front of each other, which is always unusual. It doesn't matter what age you are. That's just something we don't do a lot in real life. And so it's been really exciting to see them come around, and they are now loving drama. They look forward to it, so that's awesome. And just seeing how much they've come in like 2 weeks is mind-blowing. They're incredible students.
Dear 30-year-old Chavez, when you become 30, I want you to remember that it's not good to rush your life. What I mean by this is take your time and don't try to grow up so fast.
Dear 12-year-old Bree, hi, I'm just going to give you some advice and let you remember memories. The first thing I want you to remember is when we went to Edmonton Mall. It was the best day of my life.
I really miss some of our memories, like when we had puppies. Both of them were named Aiden and Butch. They were so cute.
Dear 30-year-old Julie, don't forget the memories you made and keep your head high.
Do you remember when you were 11 years old? You played basketball every day and had so much fun. You got a lot of exercise and fresh air. Make sure you work at McDonald's.
Make sure you work hard and stay in school. Sincerely, River.
If I become a lawyer, I hope I really like it.
Try and work hard with your future job you've always wanted. And believe in yourself and never give up.
Do your job. Become an NBA player. Do what's good for you, 30-year-old me. I hope you have a job at McDonald's so you can have a discount. Dear 11-year-old Zane, stay in school so you don't need to work at McDonald's.
I could go on for a long time about how much drama enhances the growth of any individual, but particularly that grade 6, 7 group, they're figuring out who they are. They feel really vulnerable going up and just trying stuff out and putting themselves out there to perform something. That's hard for them. And I think the other part of what they've really experienced in this whole process was also thinking about body language. So I can't understate what that has done in the classes, where they had to think about the expression on their face, the way they held themselves. We talked about presentation of self, talked about facial expression, attitude, the way we carry ourselves and interact, eye contact, all that kind of stuff that's just really, truly basic life skills. And I think it translates beautifully from the classroom into the world.
Like a rose blooming so brilliant, rich in color, scent so pure, purpose ever so clear. Only can one man be so great to pursue his dream.
Brave man. Be positive. Optimistic thoughts are the keys to doors you may someday open.
Culture isn't from some books with a few little pages. It's something passed on through our beloved land. It comes from elders with knowledge at hand.
Oh, how I wish I had been able to roam like the buffalo and fly like the eagle so high, so I may too touch the mountaintops that reach for the sky.
Our past will be in our past, though never forgotten. Our future will be in our future, and with hope and gratitude that we move forward and keep going on.
My vision see a different scene. We are as one on the same river.
Ancestors guide me through song, through prayer, through whispers, through thought.
Today, I stand strong. I have control. This is my identity.
So I did a real quick drawing on here to kind of show you some of the rules that you've learned and you aren't even aware of them. But if you follow them, then other people can see what you're trying to get across. So I just used 3 colors here. I used red and I used green, because green is on the opposite side of the color wheel to red, and that's the shadowed side. So obviously the sun is coming from here, and we know it because there's highlights on everything that is facing the sun.
Jack Jensen is a Prince Albert-based artist. He is a part of the permanent collection here based in Prince Albert. He's working with a grade 5 group and a grade 7 group here at Riverside. So he's responsible for about 40 children.
Well, there's a lot of talent here. They probably have not done a lot of painting or artwork in general, but there's a lot of raw talent here. And so I have attempted to foster that, you know, just with suggestions, not trying to change anything that they're doing, but just make suggestions, and if they choose to do that, well then that's great, and if they choose not to, well then that's fine too. Okay, so you want to tell me a bit about what you did here, Ruben?
I didn't like the moon.
You didn't?
So I didn't want to.
You didn't like the moon?
So I just made a galaxy.
Okay, so you said, I'm not going to put the moon into here, I'm just going to revise it, right? And then you decided on some colors, huh? And I see that you kept the person on the swing, and it's kind of in silhouette, huh? So what kind of technique did you use for getting all of these dots?
I just put my finger there and I went like this.
And you give it a tap, eh? I think artwork gives them confidence. It gives them self-confidence as to this is what they can do. Some of them have half-filled the sketchbook with sketches, and when all is said and done, those sketchbooks will be theirs, and hopefully they fill them up completely. Just simply go over top of it. Once it's dried, you can just go right over top of it again. So don't be discouraged. Just carry on, and then you can correct your mistake. Oh, I think that they're doing an excellent job. Like, certainly a lot of this was just straight from themselves. I did not suggest some of this technique and whatever that they're using, like they're doing this splattering technique and these lines and whatever. They're just things that they've picked up themselves. Kind of just around the corners of them.
Like on the top?
Yeah, well the sun will be hitting it on the top, but if it's off to the side, it'll also come a little down the side, right? And then if that's where the sun is, then your shadow will come along on the other side, right?
Yeah.
But I think they're probably at a critical time when they're kind of wondering who they are, and even if it's not going into a career, it's certainly I think helpful for them, you know, making them a more rounded person. This is their true self, whatever it is that they're expressing.
Carla Bradick is a poet from Big River, so we're really excited to have her come in and work with our kids, teach them about the poetry process and the writing process and what a polished piece of work looks like. So the kids were publishing a poetry piece, but they kind of did an installment at the same time. So they've put poetry on prayer flags, and those prayer flags will be hung out. And there's kind of a little bit of a story with prayer flags. So you put an intention on the prayer flag, and you hang them out, and those prayers get caught in the wind and are sent out into the world, and eventually the sun will weather the flag and the words will come off, and that's kind of a symbol of that prayer going out into the world, or that intention going out into the world. So we're really excited about our installation piece.
So the Red River Jig is the cornerstone dance, I guess you could say, of the Métis. That's our dance. So the Red River Jig has a dance and a song that are matched together. So for the kids in our school who are predominantly First Nations Métis students, it was really important to be able to have them reflect their culture at school. We have immigrant children, we've got children from all different ways of life who come to our school. But they all learn about that traditional Métis style of Red River Jig and the Métis style of square dance, and they dance it to Métis style fiddling. We've got a really strong group of seniors because some of them have been dancing since grade 1, and the seniors are grade 4 to grade 8. They're going to do the Riverside Reel, which is a dance that they made up to honor our school. Usually a square dance has 4 couples of 8 children, but we wanted to include everybody. So this year, our dances are huge, like we've got 12 couples. Then they all do it at the same time. So the Métis have a dance called the quadrille, which is a really long traditional dance. So the Métis knot is just an adaptation. It's just one piece, it's 1/3 of that dance. Within learning how to do the jigging and the square dancing, the kids learn a lot more than just the dance. This is so important, is that they learn to be a part of a team. You can't do a square dance if one of you is missing. You can't do the square dance if you're moving faster than the other people in your square. You all need to move together as one unit, and so you're a family and you work together. They will also be doing 2 adaptations of the Red River Jig. The seniors learn how to do the sash dance, and they're also doing an adaptation using a broom. So on the stage, you're going to see juniors doing the Red River Jig, you're going to see seniors doing the Red River Jig plus the 2 variations. And that's our big finale for this year's show.
You know, it's about bringing our culture out into the community. It's about celebrating who we are as First Nations and Métis people.
Well, I really feel that this kind of a program in a school like Riverside is crucial. It's something that can actually build a stronger sense of community, and I see the kids rallying around that idea and wanting to belong to it.
I think learning to jig at Riverside is a very special thing for our students.
All artists had to start as students, and if you can give a little bit of encouragement to someone, do it.
It's like they've now done this big experience that if they go on to high school, they can join a choir and not be scared because they know what it's like, and you never know what it might lead to.
We would like to thank you for coming to support our festival. It has been our pleasure to perform for you this evening.
If you have program ideas that you'd like to see on maxTV Local On Demand, write us at max.local@sastel.com.